Welcome to Attican Plays Railway Empire. All right. Hi, everybody. This is Attican. Welcome to another Railway Empire video. It's been a long time since I've done one, but I've had a bunch of people ask me about the new North America map. As was I going to do one on it, and just in general, if I'm going to do any more Railway Empire videos, and I thought, why not? Let's dust off the old Railway Empire and pull out that free mode North America map and give it a shot. So we'll start in 1830. We can go all the way through 1930. And I'm hoping it'll give us a good challenging scenario to do. I've actually, I had to practice. It's been so long I had to get the game out and practice a little bit. So I pulled up two or three scenarios here and run through the first parts of them just to see what's going on. And one was very difficult, and a couple of them were really easy. So hopefully we'll get a good tough one to work with. And we're going to start in Atlanta as it suggests. We'll take the least amount of money we can take. We have 3 competitors. I think that's all you can. That's the most you can get. We'll make them all very hard, and we'll do reduced ticket prices like we usually do. So that's as hard as we can set it up, with the exception of the pause mode. And of course, I don't play Trainiac. I don't really care for playing in Trainiac mode. So it looks like our competitors will be out away from us a little bit. We'll have plenty of room. So let's see what happens here. And we're going to stick with the Trickster. I have settled on that. She is my favorite character in the game, and all of them work. You could play just fine with all of them, but the Trickster is definitely my favorite. So let's see what kind of tasks we get. And I had forgotten, this is one of the great things about this game, is how replayable it is, because you just start one of these, it's a completely different deal. So let's see. Bunch of freight early. A lot of passengers early. Wow. Well, that's pretty, okay, this is pretty good. 5 cities, no problem. Atlanta and Casper with a maximum length. So we're going to have to make a line between Atlanta and Casper, Wyoming. It's pretty much straight line. Total length won't be any issue. 9 industries, no problem. Grain to El Paso, we'll just have to go out there, but no problem. No problem. Company value, 161 million, no problem there. Not in 70 years. Businesses, express trains, okay. Not too bad, but these first ones are good. Okay, so good. We got some good tough ones off the bat. So what were they again? A lot of freight, a lot of passengers. Atlanta to Casper. Okay. So that just tells me we want to think about our rapid expansion and kind of work our way from Atlanta toward Casper, Wyoming, which should be, there we go, right here. So that should work out nicely. I think we can do meat to beer to meat to beer to meat to beer. There we go. That would be a nice way to start this out. And was it a direct line to Casper? That kind of doesn't matter. It's a direct line to Casper, so we can go any way we want to. And we also need to get to El Paso so we can deliver grain to El Paso. So let's think about it a different way. What we got here? Meat to beer to meat. And then you run into a problem. This map, everything is meat out here. All the Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, New Mexico, it's all meat. Everything's a meat industry, so it's hard to find a beer to work with. So we can create our own, of course. We can build one, which we can do, and we need to own businesses anyway. Where is it El Paso? Yes, I think so. Sorry, I'm having trouble remembering all this. Okay. Grain to El Paso, no problem. Well, there's a good El Paso would make a nice beer industry, wouldn't it? So let's just work our way toward El Paso right off the bat, and then after we have some money, we'll think about building that long line from Atlanta to Casper. So let's just use our usual rapid expansion strategy and go from Atlanta to Nashville. leave a little room because I'm going to have to deal with those mountains somehow. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay, if we go, we can go down here around the mountain. That's 300, or we can loop back. I believe we should be able to loop back. That's 169. That's just downright reasonable, isn't it? $123 is very reasonable. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Yeah, let's go ahead for 191 and get rid of that elevation change there, that incline. Beautiful. All right. And maybe somebody could tell me. I played just practiced just enough to kind of get back into the swing of this, and I didn't get any curlicue defects. Have they fixed that? Have you guys noticed? I didn't get any, and I had some really tight turns coming into stations, which made me suspicious that I'd get one, and I never did. So I'm thinking maybe they fixed it. I also noticed occasionally it's a little more finicky and more fussy about where you can lay your track, and I'm thinking that's all related. Maybe they've actually fixed that defect. If anybody knows, put it in the comments. Okay, so here comes our first beer meat line. These two cities will help one another grow for a while and make us some good money. And then our next one, which way do we want to go? I think probably to the south, and we're going to have to come up with maybe even a couple of breweries out here. This would be Oklahoma. Well, we could use Kansas City as one. I like Oklahoma City. Let's go to Memphis. Okay, so now we've got beer, meat. So we need a beer industry. Oklahoma City would be a great one. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, Roger's going to buy that. And I think, let me see where Roger is. Which one is he? Roger is this kind of gold color. And he is way up here. I don't think he's going to be very happy because we're just going to pass on Oklahoma City and we'll run on down to Houston or New Orleans. Let's go to Houston. Okay, now this one's right now is meat to meat, which isn't going to be a great line, but it'll still make money, and it's a nice long one. So the passenger and mail delivery between it should be good. Should make pretty good money. So we'll run 6 trains because it is a long line. And now we really would. We just don't have the money. I would love to have a beer line there, but let's see. El Paso. Well, let's just keep going. Let's just keep doing our usual strategy. Now, where I'm thinking we've got a hole right now, because we're expanding quickly, and we're getting stuck with these meat to meat lines, it's going to cut down on our freight revenue some, because they're just not going to be as good. They're just will not work as well. So we're going to have to go back and make sure that we start pumping these 3 with goods. We may even have to set up we'll just start pumping goods into the cities. See, even as it is, our money's picking up quickly, so it's nice. We're doing fine. This was a very short run. Let's just run 3 trains here. It's meat to meat and it's very short, so we'll just run 3 trains. 1, 2, 3. I won't even bother going to the other end. So we're almost out to El Paso. But I really want to go back. Let me check that date again. We've got to 1838. Yeah, we're almost there already. Jeez. Passengers. Yeah, let's just keep going. Passengers are going to be harder than the freight. So let's just keep going. All right, we're going to just keep doing our expansion until we get up to El Paso. So I'm going to fast forward it because it's a little bit boring. It's just basic building. We're going to hook up Odessa, then go from Odessa to El Paso. So let's fast forward just a few minutes. And you notice I did slow down there for a second that we had an opportunity to get a market crier, which is basically advertising. And if you pick comfort, they advertise your passenger traffic. If you pick safety, they advertise your mail carrying capabilities. So since we're trying to get those passengers, went ahead and picked that market crier. In fact, did that a couple of times early in this game, and they're very helpful in picking up your business and increasing your passengers if that's what you need. And in our case, that's exactly what we need. We need freight and we need passengers. Okay, so now we know we have to do grain into El Paso, so why don't we just do that right off? That'll help our freight revenue. If I can find some, maybe that's the trick. Ah, here we go. That's not bad. Sorry, trying to fix a problem that didn't exist. I'm having a little trouble seeing some of these lines. Okay, we need to get our freight going. So let's find cattle. I think what we'll do, let's figure this out. Let's plan ahead a little bit. We have meat, beer, meat. I would like this one to be beer. So San Antonio can be meat. So we can pump this cattle into San Antonio. And here's one change they made. They've made this weeks now, which I like better. We want to get it down under 8 weeks. 2, 3, 4 should do it. Should be good enough. That'll be close. Be about 9. So, so what did we say? We've got beer, meat. Now it's going to be beer, meat. So this one stays meat. All right, so this one will end up being beer. All right, so who else can we... Is there anybody else to load over here? We can give El Paso cattle then. $26. Let's give it at least 3. All right. Ooh, yeah, definitely love to have an accountant. And another market crier would be very nice. Comfort, which will give us more passengers. Okay, we're racking up the money, but are we getting the job done here? Oh, we've already got our 20,000 passengers. That was easy. Let's see. Our freight is really close. Oh goodness, just a couple more things and we'll have our freight. So next year we'll get the freight. We're going to make sure by adding in some more though. Continuing following our process really. So we really need wheat here and we need to buy that one out, but we'll worry about that in a minute. So this will be meat. Where's cattle? Here we go. And this cattle farm will actually go 2 places. And we can use wheat into Nashville. And remember this back-to-back deal that we talked about. Hopefully you've seen the other videos about the rapid expansion and how to set up these stations. I'm trying to, I don't want to talk about everything on this video, but I hope you're seeing how beautifully this works out when you have these stations set up as back-to-back like that. And now when I need to add something in, I just expand the station, and there's my line sitting there just waiting for me. No big deletes or big travails on how in the world am I going to get it to fit or where's the line. It's just right there for me. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, now let's get, I should have purchased this. Oh, he's already up to level 3. We'll just leave him alone. We're going to run meat into Atlanta from there as well. So he's going to serve a dual purpose. All right, so we should blow away that 120,000 goal at the end of this year. Let's just see, October, yeah, let's look at the September quarterly report. Quarterly freight, 102. We did do 120. Yeah, we will blow that away now. Okay. So what else we got to worry about? Atlanta to Casper, 1,290 miles. That's going to cost a lot of money. Oh, let's just get a Atlanta to Casper. Oh, that's not that bad. Okay, I want to bump that one over one so I'd have this one to run out of. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, 1155 dead straight line. Actually, though, mountain-wise, it's not that bad. Oh, it's $3 million. It is that bad. 1172. What's our goal? 12. Oh, we're good. We're cool. Like we can do this now. $12.26. $12.90. We're cool. And all we need is $727,000. That's better. Remember our rule: if it costs more to, if you need more money than your bonds, you pay off your bonds first, then you take out bigger bonds. So let's just go ahead and do this. Why not? There, we've already got that one done. We've got these done. This is our next one. This will give us a ton of money. We'll almost be done with this one. Then we can just start buying stuff. All right. So we pay off our bonds, and then we open bigger bonds. There we go. Now we got plenty of money. And there we go. Task completed. And we've got this giant line, we might as well run some trains on it. And that finished off our next one, which is out to 1870, so we're about 35 years ahead of schedule here. And we're hitting this one okay. I don't see much problem here. Afraid this one's going to be a little too easy, maybe. We've got 4 towers. That's 8 places to stop. 10, 12. We could run 11 trains if we wanted to. Let's run 8. And it's actually a beer meat line of all things. Four, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Own 9 industries and businesses. Okay. This one could take some work. We've got like 70 years to do it, but it could take a little work to get up to 161 million. And buying Roger won't be a problem. Okay. All right, so this one turned out to be a little bit too easy. We just bought a bunch of businesses. We kept buying rural businesses, connecting them to our network, running them into cities, buying the appropriate industry in the city that went along with that, and just kind of rinsed and repeated that until we had our 9 industries. The building up to 161 million is honestly is actually super easy because all you do is just keep expanding. You just keep growing what you have, and in fact, you could throw in start doing some nice warehouses and doing some little 2-city clusters and build cities up and really accelerate your growth. Honestly, this one turned out, unfortunately, to be a little bit boring, a little bit too easy. So I'm going to just stop here because the video is quite long already, and it's not really worth a second part. What I think I'd like to do is stop this one, and oh, by the way, right there was a little problem with I forgot to put a signal in on one end, and I got a train on the wrong side of the track, but got it fixed, so all's well. But anyway, this one is a little bit too easy. We had to focus at the beginning, but basically our simple strategy worked. You know, the rapid expansion, pumping in the freight to the different meat and beer industries, and then going on from there. It turned out to be very easy to get this one done. There are harder ones. I'll keep looking, and if I get a harder one, I'll video that, and we can put that out there as a better example of how to conquer one of the harder ones. You can see right there, I just took a window of opportunity. There's a business I may never do anything with it, but it's an easy one to buy. And we're pointing out here, we own this cattle industry over in near Charlotte, so we're going to have it feed our meat industry in Atlanta and knock out the one we already set with it. We set up prior, coming from that other cattle ranch. Why not use the one that we have and let our cattle ranch make the money feeding the cattle into Atlanta? So it kind of goes on and on like that the rest of the way. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got a little bit out of it. I enjoyed playing it. It's fun brushing, getting the game back out again. I do love this game. It really is a good game. But I'm really more into the solving the problems and figuring out the strategy that's going to get you past those tough hurdles. And when you just get into build mode, that I tend to get a little bored at that point. So that's why I'm kind of cutting this one off. I'll go find us a harder one and get that out there for us next. So I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Hope you could learn something from it, and hope you'll join us for our next one. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player, and I hope you'll join us for our next Railway Empire video. Thank you.